Hey, everybody, we're back. I'm Ruth Abbey with Zero Waste USA, and I get to moderate the speaker showcase. So I'm going to share my screen because this is Zoom and that's what we do. And just make sure you can see this. Whoopsie, there we go. Can you see that okay? Yes, good. All right. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you to our sponsors. We are so very happy that we have had so many wonderful sponsors: Paint Care, Zanker, Strategic Materials, Recyclist, Cascadia, Race to Zero Waste, Zero Waste Sonoma, Green Education US, Urban Ore, Sure Clothes, SCS Engineers, Bob Geddert, Zero Waste Associates, ZWIA is a partner, Payzone, BioBag, Zero Waste Youth USA, and True is also a partner. So we are really excited to have you all celebrate with us, our wonderful partners, and we have special presentation today. So we are going to be talking to some of our sponsors. We're going to have a sponsor showcase. And what we're going to do first is I'm going to tell you a few things about what's coming up in terms of other cool stuff. So we will be having upcoming events. So the first one coming up in January is Introduction to Zero Waste. This is a training program by Zero Waste USA. That's January 25th. You will be hearing from Gary Liss and Chris DeTournay, who are our wonderful instructors, and they will be giving you all the basics on zero waste, and that is the intro course to our Zero Waste Associates program. Then on February 8th, we'll be having the Zero Waste Symposium sponsored by Zero Waste San Diego. Zero Waste San Diego is a organizational affiliate of Zero Waste USA and Zero Waste International Alliance. Then on March 15th, one of our partners in this project has been Northern California Recycling Association. If you registered, you know you went to the Northern California Recycling Association site. So thank you to NCRA for also being a partner. Their recycling update, which we really consider to be the speed dating of zero waste, is March 15th. And then we will have Zero Waste Associates training starting on March 29th. And that's really to get a grounding in anybody who wants to do zero waste planning and program implementation for cities, communities, schools, universities, or businesses. So a very exciting opportunity coming up. Check out the website. You can just Google it. Okay, so the other announcement is we will be having a happy hour at 4 p.m. today Pacific, which is a little on the early side for a happy hour, I realize, but those of you who are on the East Coast, it's already 7 p.m. So you'll just break out a brew and join us for our virtual booths. And we have several of our sponsors who will be participating in our booth program: Green Education US, Paint Care, Recyclist, Zanker Recycling, Zero Waste Associates, Zero Waste USA, and Zero Waste International Alliance. So you can pop in, network with each other, just kind of a debrief from the day and get excited for tomorrow, which is the Community Day. Same main stage link to get to the session. So please join us tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. Pacific for another wonderful program. And another huge shout out to Stephanie, Sue, and Lauren, who organized our first day of the conference. It's been amazing so far. So coming up, we're going to have a little bit of an intro for some of our featured sponsors for today, and then we'll feature a few more tomorrow. So today we will hear about Strategic Materials. Then we will have Linnea Whitney Skierski, who is from Recyclist, and she will tell us about the Recyclist program, which is a big deal. Then we'll hear from Aranzu Moras, who's with Paint Care, and she is getting over her booster shot. So she'll be a little under the weather, but still, you'll get to hear about what Paint Care is doing. And then we'll take up the Q&A in the happy hour booths. Then we'll hear from Jean Danello from Green Education US. And Green Education has been our partner in this program as well. They are a wonderful partner with us in educational programs online. And you'll be hearing all about that. And then finally, we'll hear from Gil from Zanker Recycling, and that will be interesting. So first up is Strategic Materials. And what is so cool about Strategic Materials is that they've been around for a long time. Strategic Materials began life as an environmental pioneer in 1896. Partnering with General Electric in Cleveland, Ohio, to recycle its light bulb glass. Since then, SMI's passion for glass has only grown. With operations in nearly 50 locations across 3 countries, SMI recycles a variety of glass, totaling the beneficiation of nearly 3 million tons of glass each year, which is amazing. And I think any of you that are involved in recycling in any way know that you probably can't really recycle glass very easily without SMI. So we really appreciate SMI being a partner in this program and also being a sponsor of this conference and to be a real zero waste innovator, because glass, unlike a lot of other materials, can really be a closed loop system. You can make new glass bottles out of old glass bottles. You can reuse glass bottles. So we love glass, we love SMI, and thank you for being a sponsor. I am going to try to stop sharing. Whoopsie, not that. And see if I can call up Linnea, who will share her screen and tell us all about Recyclist. Are you ready, Linnea?
Yes, thank you so much, Ruth. Appreciate that. Okay, here, let me share my screen. All right. Okay, well, yeah, thank you for that introduction again, Ruth. Really appreciate it. So for those of you who haven't heard of Recyclist, we are in California and we build simple, elegant technology solutions to complex environmental challenges. And so we've been kind of active on the West Coast here for a while with a couple of our software products, which I'll talk a little bit about, but we're starting to expand national now. So we now work with the state of New York through Syracuse University, in addition to the recycling partnership in their Feet on the Street program, which takes place in several different states across the country. And we are talking to several more national jurisdictions and organizations on how we can help them with both public education as well as record keeping for waste data. So we're just based up here in North Lake Tahoe in California, Truckee, California to be specific, but we've worked with all shapes and sizes of jurisdictions. So anything from our hometown of Truckee of 16,000 people to county level and JPA level, even working specifically with waste haulers, university campuses, you name it. So this kind of repeats some of what I just said, but as many of you probably know, California has some really stringent recycling legislation, especially SB 1383 coming up. And we are now successfully working with over 27% of the jurisdictions in California for record keeping and reporting. But across all of our customers, we've had a million, actually now over 1 million activities logged in 10 different states across the country. And when I say activities, I mean outreach activities that are conducted and then tracked within our software. We also have had over 2 million page views for our other product, which is our Ultimate Recycling Guide. And that's our public facing product that helps with your residential outreach and streamlining information and centralizing information for residents to find. So we're also a rapidly growing company with all of this new legislation as well as popularity coming up. We started as a company of about 5 or 6 at the beginning of this year and are now at about 20 people, which is really exciting. But we did start back in 2014. So we've been around for a little while in the waste industry. So to kind of go over some of our solutions, so you can learn a little bit more about what we do. We have our 2 different products, like I just said. We do our front-facing public outreach product, which is our Ultimate Recycling Guide, as well as our back-end program tracker software, which helps you with tracking your boots on the ground outreach, collecting waste data, analyzing waste hauler data, reporting on local ordinances or state legislation, you name it. I threw up my colleague Natalie's email here. So if anybody's interested in learning more, you can email her at natalie@recyclist.co, or you can just visit our website at recyclist.co. So our Ultimate Recycling Guide, I've included here a screenshot of one of our customers, the Syracuse University with Re-Innovate New York. their Recyclopedia, which they created with us using our Ultimate Recycling Guide. So you're welcome to go and check out their website at recyclerightny.org, and you can navigate to the Recyclopedia to go and check it out. But we offer this for not only like nonprofits like Recycle Right New York or universities, but we also offer it to jurisdictions, waste haulers, all different kinds of organizations work with us for their recycling instructions. And our other product, our program tracker, helps with compliance tracking. So like I mentioned, it's a lot of back-end stuff. So boots on the ground outreach, tracking inspections, enforcement, as well as the compliance tracking for local ordinances, recycling mandates, conducting waste audits, you name it. Anything that's kind of tracking your commercial, multifamily, or even residential compliance, contamination, minimization, outreach activities. That's what our software is great for. So here is a screenshot of what our program tracker looks like. It does come with an accompanying mobile app, so you can conduct your field outreach. And it's really designed with collaboration in mind. So we know that everybody is working with their consultants or waste haulers or any other like departments in your jurisdiction that might be contributing to data collection. We've strived to create a collaborative record keeping platform so you can all stay on the same page and informed in real time about what's going on in all of the different projects. Here's an example of some of the charts and reports that we can create, so you can kind of visualize all of the data that you keep track of as well as logging it. And for those of you California jurisdictions, if you haven't talked to us or learned more already, we do have a full 1383 record keeping and reporting solution as part of our program tracker offering. So this is designed to capture all of the requirements for municipal record keeping and reporting. So if you haven't talked to us a little bit about that already, please do. Happy to talk more. And to kind of reiterate that collaborative record keeping viewpoint, this is just an example of all of the different players in the game that we've found through working with our customers. So often you have to work with all of these different groups of stakeholders to actually accurately keep track of what's going on in your area. And to kind of finalize everything, we also have a certified consulting partner program. So we are just a software company and we design these super specific software tools to help our jurisdictions and our waste haulers and everybody else. But there's a lot of stuff we can't do because of that. So we do have a certified consulting partner program for consulting firms who work directly with us and know how to use the program tracker or our other tools. So if you're curious about learning more on who is part of this program, please let me know and I'm happy to share that information and put you in touch with some consultants. And then at the very end here, I like to kind of finalize with this quote: with data and often with technology, infrastructure is the easy part. What's really complicated is figuring out how to work with humans. So with that, I'll leave this screen up here for a second, but you can contact us at natalie@recyclist.co, and here's her phone number. And again, feel free to go to our website and learn a little bit more about what we do there too. And I'll hand it back over to you, Ruth. Thank you.
Thank you, Linnea, so much. And one thing that I don't know if you said it, but I can testify, this is a really fun group. They know how to have fun. So make sure you connect with Linnea and Natalie and the whole Recyclist team. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and ask if Aranzu, are you ready to go ahead and share your screen? Are you ready to go?
Hi, Ruth. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let me see.
Great. Welcome, welcome. How are you feeling, by the way?
I'm feeling much better. I started the morning a bit rough, but you know, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Awesome. All right, welcome, welcome.
So I think you should be, can you see my screen?
Looks good.
Perfect. So, well, thanks, Ruth, and thanks for a great conference so far. So Pain Care, we are a nonprofit organization, was created by the paint manufacturers. So what we do is we set up drop-off locations for leftover paint So we arrange for the recycling, the proper disposal. We conduct public education. And so we make it easy for households and businesses to recycle the leftover paint. So we know that paint is often one of the most common materials that are collected through government-run HHW programs. And we also know that about 10% of the paint sold each year goes unused. And in the United States, that's out of about 800 million gallons. So with PaintCare, by partnering with the existing local governments, different paint retailers, we reduce the cost, we expand the collection opportunities in infrastructure, we educate the consumers about how to buy right, and also how to properly dispose of the paint so we can recycle it. So PaintCare, well, this is a bit about, PaintCare is a paint stewardship program. So whatever we pass legislation, we start operating. And so far, we are in 10 different states. New York is coming up next year. We are setting it up, and we should be up and running there by the spring, I believe. So basically, we've been operating for 10 years since PaintCare started. First program was in California. First program that passed legislation was Impact Oregon, but operating was California. That was 10 years ago. And since then, we've collected more than 50 million gallons of leftover paint, stain, varnish. So that's what, and we have over 200 manufacturers participating in the program. So in terms of the network and how we go about this, as I was explaining earlier, we work with different HHW facilities, landfills, transfer stations, paint retailers such as hardware stores, paint stores, home improvement centers, reuse stores like Habitats for Humanity. And we have more than 2,000 drop-off sites across all PaintCare programs at the moment. But aside from that, we also do our own paint collection events. So just organized by PaintCare in areas where we either don't have enough drop-off sites or there's a lot of demand. And we've hosted about over 240 paint collection events. But at the same time, we also partner with the events that government run programs from HHW, and those are over 5,000 that we do. So yeah, we try to expand our resources as much as possible to reach in the states that we operate as much as we can. Also, we have a large volume pickup service, and this program, essentially, we send the waste hauler directly to the household or the business that has over 100 gallons of paint accumulated. So making it more convenient for the disposal of that paint. Through this program, in fact, we've collected more than 2 million gallons of paint. In terms of how the program is funded, so there's a stewardship fee. This fee is paid by the manufacturers to PaintCare based on their annual sales, and that gets added to at the point of sale to the container. So it depends on the size of the paint container. There's different fees that apply, and they may vary from state to state. So this fee is used to recover the paint, to do the outreach, education, and recycling. So in terms of where the paint, what happens to the paint that we collect, so most of it is latex paint. 5% of it goes to reuse through programs from the HHWs or through Habitats for Humanity. 65% of that gets recycled into recycled content paint. So that's new paint that gets sold in domestic and export markets. 15% of that goes to alternative uses. 50% to alternative uses being landscaping materials, sometimes when the paint is in dry form, or for cement products. Another 50% goes to waste to energy. And then there's a small amount that is oil-based paint, and that mostly gets used for fuel incinerators and so on. So just to share a few highlights, this is some PaintCare program milestones for the entire program. So as you can see, over 5,000 large volume pickups. We have over 2,000 year-round paint drop-off sites. And 600,000 gallons of paint gets collected each month, estimately through our 9 programs, now 10 programs. So those are a few highlights. And just to zoom in one of our largest programs, which is the one in California, this is for the last fiscal year. So only in California, we already have 820 drop-off sites. And those drop-off sites are conveniently located. So they are within 15 miles or less. Every resident in California lives within 15 miles or less of a drop-off site. So this is what we do. If anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those through maybe this afternoon at the booth, at the virtual booth. We'd love to see you there. You can also email us. This is my contact information, our website. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. And please do join Paint Care at their virtual booth this afternoon. The Recyclist will also be there, and Green Education. So let's go ahead and invite Jill up onto the stage. And Jill, tell us about Green Education US. You might be muted.
All right, sorry about that. Hi, everyone. Great to see everybody here today. I'm Jill Danello from greeneducation.us. And I just wanted to start by saying, how exciting it is for us all to be here in an online format. I know the switch from live and in person to online did not happen in the way that any of us would have wanted it to. But it's pretty exciting that we can now do this with such a decreased carbon impact and be reaching so many more people than would have been able to travel together. I first became involved in the zero waste movement about 15 years ago when I met Stephanie Barger through a different nonprofit venture. And have to say that at the time when she used the term zero waste, I had no idea what she was talking about. I'd never really thought about what happened in my trash bin. I thought it was a good recycler. I was super interested in the environment, but it still was something that had never come across my radar. And it's pretty exciting to see in the last 15 years how much that's changed. How even the usual person is becoming aware of the importance of sustainable resource management. So I want to thank her for taking me under her wing so long ago and introducing me to so many of you that are here today. I'm going to talk about our program in a little bit, and when you take a look and see who our instructors are and our alumni and our current students, it's many of the people that are here today. So pretty exciting, everything that has happened. 15 years seems like a long time, but really a flash in the pan for how much change has been happening in this arena. So the main program I'm going to talk about that Green Education offers is our Certificate in Sustainable Resource Management program. It's a semester-long program. We're accredited through the National Recycling Coalition National Standards Board. Our students earn 3 continuing education units from San Jose State University. We are fully online. We've been online since 2017, so before it was cool. But our job has become progressively easier in the last few years now that people having cameras and technology and Wi-Fi in their homes and good connectivity and all of that has become commonplace. So if you haven't had a chance to check out our program, we'd really love for you to do so. A little bit more about our program. Oops, I skipped this. There's about 16 different courses within the 30 hours of online content, but it's broken down into short learning segments. So it's easy for you to jump on and complete the program at lunch, on breaks, at work, after work. We have students participating in all sorts of ways. As a kind of university format program, we cover a large breadth of information. So everything from what a zero waste community is to the depth of how to set up a recycling program at your place of business or within your community. Although all our content is self-paced and online, our instructors and our network of experts are all available for personal interaction. And we do host a few virtual online classes and class meetups throughout the semester. Just a quick look at our interface. Very easy to use. You click in, you jump in a course, you watch a video, answer a few questions, and then each of the lessons has assignments that we work with you on to bridge the distance between what you're learning in the classroom and what you're doing out in the field. Just a sampling of some of the topics that are covered. These are all in our catalog online, so I won't spend a lot of time here. But we also, along with our certificate program, we do, in partnership with Go to Zero Strategies, we offer hands-on workshops from everything from composting to smart gardening, really encompassing the full scope of things related to sustainable resource management. Behind us as well is a team of consultants that is out there doing waste audits and technical assistance and working in communities. So we really are able to bridge the theoretical to the practical and connect our students with people out there doing the jobs themselves. And that's my quick overview. Thanks so much for giving me an opportunity to talk about green education, and I welcome any questions that you have.
Thanks so much, Jill. And our last speaker, before we hear from our keynote, is Gil from Zanker. Take it away, Gil.
Hi, my name is Gil. I'm one of the residents here at the landfill. I'm going to tell you a little story about a company named Zanker Recycling. They've made my life miserable. Here, let me show you. That right there is my great-great-grandfather. When he settled here, this place was awesome. Trucks would pull up with the best stuff and they just let it pile up everywhere. Then the big earthquake of '89 hit, and Zanker Recycling began sorting through the building debris and carefully retrieving and returning people's personal belongings. People seem impressed. We were not. Since then, we've seen them become experts of sorting, separating, and reusing stuff. I wish this stupid fad would die out already. Today, over 80% of what arrives here gets diverted from the landfill for reuse. That's one of the highest rates in the country. Thanks, Zanker. I can totally use that other 20% to feed my family. Jerk. How do they do it? With over 200 people, a few robots, and something they like to call American Green-Ovation. First, let's talk about FIRST, the first demolition recycling operation. The first to separate soil, concrete, and wood. The first to turn old concrete into new building foundations, roads, and landscape materials. The first West Coast sorting robot. And one of the first recyclers where you can earn LEED points towards building certification. I can't read. Now let's talk about seconds. Zanker makes 10 pounds of base rock every second. They also turn it into aggregates, pea gravel, and brick fines. Plus, they deliver. They turn wood into cogeneration fuels, soil amendment, and mulch in a bunch of different colors. In all, they have 90 different products. But this latest development is truly disturbing. What they've done is they're taking organic waste, which is basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for me and my family, and they're turning it into something called electricity? 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 Am I saying it right? And at California's largest organic composting yard, they even make organic soil for agriculture. There's even a special soil for the cannabis industry. I can't read. That's it. If you'd like to learn any more about Zanker Green-Ovation, because you obviously don't care anything about the plight of the landfill seagull, you can check them out online. Bye now.
Thanks, Gil. Okay, everybody. And if you want to have a facility tour, a virtual facility tour of Zanker, please join the Zanker booth at 4 o'clock Pacific.